Today, we're going to explore a powerful story about career and success. A story that may cause many of us to reflect on the path we're currently walking. This is the story of two engineers and the silent battle between talent and attitude. In the end, what truly determines success? Let's find out. In the highly competitive world of technology, where talent is often compared to gold, there was an engineer named Ethan. He wasn't just skilled, he was a true genius. The lines of code he wrote were elegant and precise. The technical solutions he proposed were ahead of their time. Colleagues admired him. Management valued him. Ethan was like a shining star, radiating intelligence and exceptional ability. But alongside that brilliance was a large shadow: arrogance. Ethan believed he was the smartest person in the room, and he didn't hesitate to show it. In meetings, he frequently interrupted others, dismissing their ideas as shallow. When he received feedback, even constructive criticism, he brushed it aside as ignorance. He preferred working alone, in his own world, where he was the unquestioned king. He believed his talent could compensate for everything else. His arrogance became an invisible wall, slowly pushing everyone away. Teammates avoided working with him. They hesitated to share ideas for fear of being dismissed. The atmosphere grew tense whenever Ethan was present. Technically, his projects still performed well, but team spirit was nearly non-existent. Ethan was surrounded by people, yet completely alone. What he didn't realize was that while he was building impressive products, he was destroying valuable relationships. Meanwhile, in the same company, there was another engineer named Daniel. Compared to Ethan, Daniel seemed ordinary. His technical skills were solid, but not extraordinary. He didn't write code that made jaws drop. He didn't propose groundbreaking innovations. Daniel was more like a steady craftsman, hardworking and quiet. But Daniel possessed something Ethan lacked: humility and the ability to listen. He respected everyone's opinions, from interns to senior engineers. In meetings, he often spoke last, after carefully listening to every perspective. When receiving feedback, he never became defensive. Instead, he would say, "Thank you, I'll review that." Daniel understood that the strength of a team comes from connection and support. He willingly helped colleagues when they struggled and openly admitted when he didn't know something. To him, every coworker was a teacher, an essential piece of a greater success. Then one day, a major and highly important project was launched. Everyone assumed Ethan would be chosen as the team leader. But management made a surprising decision. They chose Daniel. The company buzzed with confusion. Why Daniel? How could someone average lead such a critical project? Ethan felt insulted. He believed the company had overlooked its brightest diamond in favor of a simple stone. His anger made him even more distant and difficult. But leadership had their reasons. They knew this project required more than technical brilliance. It required someone who could unite people, someone who could build a strong team, not shine as a solo star. Under Daniel's leadership, everything changed. He didn't command, he listened. He didn't impose, he encouraged. Meetings became lively. People felt safe sharing ideas without fear of judgment. Daniel created an environment of trust and respect. He was the glue that bonded individual talents into a unified force. Meanwhile, Ethan grew increasingly isolated. He refused to cooperate, convinced the team wasn't at his level. He worked alone, trying to prove he was right. But no individual, no matter how talented, can compete with the strength of a united team. Eventually, management had a direct conversation with Ethan. They acknowledged his brilliance, but explained that his attitude was harming the company. His arrogance and unwillingness to collaborate had become barriers. Soon after, he was let go. The brightest star had burned out. At the same time, Daniel's project achieved tremendous success, not only in results, but in team unity. Daniel was promoted, not just for performance, but for leadership and inspiration. After being fired, Ethan went through a period of deep reflection. At first, he blamed everyone else. But slowly, alone with his thoughts, he began to see the truth. The problem wasn't his ability. It was his attitude. His talent had been like a sharp blade, but instead of shaping products, he had used it to cut through relationships. That realization was painful, but necessary. Ethan decided to start over. He joined a smaller company in a lower position. This time, he carried not pride, but humility. He learned to listen. He asked for feedback. He thanked others for corrections. He helped teammates even when it wasn't required. Gradually, people began to respect not only his talent, but his character. Years later, Ethan grew into a leader, but a different kind. He focused not only on building products, but on building people. He understood that a true leader's mission is to help others grow. The story of Ethan and Daniel teaches us a powerful lesson. Talent may open doors, but attitude determines how long you stay and how far you go. Arrogance builds walls. Humility builds bridges. In our careers and in life, we can choose to be Ethan or Daniel. We can choose to shine alone, proud of our own light, or become part of a constellation where each star contributes to something greater. Sustainable growth does not come from proving we are better than others. It comes from helping others become better too. And that is the true peak of success. Thank you for listening. If this story gave you a new perspective, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss future meaningful videos. See you next time.